Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz. Jack and Larry still like Jackson because social distancing, because we don't want to get sick. So this one's coming to you from my city, little apartment complex kitchen. Yeah, it's a galley kitchen. What can you do? So thanks for being here. Now this recipe we got from an online class that I took from my local LARP man, Amtgard, where we do the sword fighting nerd stuff when it's possible. We can't do it now because of COVID. So everything's online. So we did an online class, and my friend Anyanka, thank you, shout out to her. She did the recipe, did the thing on there, and I think I can do it better. No, I'm just gonna do it for the show because it worked out pretty well. I was able to work in the budget, but just barely. But this worked out well, man. I'm going to go ahead and cook this for you guys. Shout out to her for getting us the recipe. Thank you very much. We're going to try this. Before we do, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y stuff. Click the little link down in the thing. Go to our merch shop. We got our aprons and fake hands and spoons and spatulas and flippers and oven mitts and all kinds of stuff. Check it out down there. We very much appreciate it, man. This is our little business. This is how we're doing, especially how I can work from home during COVID. And we very much appreciate that. Let's just get into it before I talk too fucking much. Just keep rambling.
Okay, so looks like a lot of stuff. It is, and it is high budget, man. You got to be careful. So you're going to need about a pound of bacon. I got the ends and pieces, which when I got it before, it was just like little chunks of bacon, man. So I didn't have to cut it or any of that kind of stuff. So that's really nice. It's about a pound and a half, so we're not going to use all of it. You're going to need 3 eggs, but just the yolks. I'll show you how to separate that. You're going to need some pasta, fettuccine, any of that kind of stuff works fine. Cheese. You're going to need Asiago and Parmigiano, but it's 1 cup of each, so it's about half of these bags, so that cuts down on your price. 3 cloves of garlic, so I'm using 6 because that's just how I do it, or 7. You're gonna need some peas. Now I was gonna get some frozen ones, but the canned ones were actually cheaper, so I got those. 1 medium red onion. I guess it just has to be a red one. And then your pepper and your salt, man, which is gonna be to your taste. First things first, start you some water. Turn that up. The pasta takes the longest. Ooh, careful. Make sure you got the right burner. I thought I screwed up there, but I didn't. Yeah, all right. So you got to start your pasta off early. So while you're doing that, go ahead and get you a bowl or something. And you want 1 cup of your Asiago and 1 cup of your Parmesan. You also want somebody who knows how to cut these bags better than me because I'm kind of an idiot. Just go ahead and get a cup of each, put them in a bowl together, and mix them together. Try to be cleaner than I did. I got cheese down with burners and shit. Like, that's going to smell horrible next time I cook on that thing. And so, yeah, just a cup of each. I measured it in here. Now you can take this, you put it in there, and if you pack it down, you get more cheese. Now cheese has always been, especially in something like this, has always been a suggestion. But the original recipe that I got from my Yanka said to do 1 cup of each. So you press it in, and then you put some more. And then it's still just 1 cup of cheese. And so put it in there together, mix them up. Ooh, got to be more careful, man. I'm losing cheese there. I apologize to the cheese gods there. Set that aside. Be smarter than your can opener. It took me forever. I know Jack's laughing his fool head off at this. Man, I have always had a problem with these twisty, turny things. It took me a while to get it all done, and then I still had it hanging on by the edge. Now remember Frank's Law. If you have it at ledge like that, be sure to fold it over, break it off before you dump it. Be sure to strain your peas. Now I'm going to show you how to get a yolk out of one of these eggs, okay? So crack it right in the middle, be nice and gentle, so you can get about 2 halves of the egg. Now just when you drag it across, just make sure the yolk stays in the eggshell, and the white will fall down into that bowl. See, like this, and it just separates. There you go. You can do it a little bit more. Make sure you get all the whites off. It doesn't have to be all of it. There's still going to be a little bit left in there. But take that, separate it, get all 3 of those. You just want the yolks. Now, the yolks, I went and put in this small bowl here. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that mint. With the white stuff, go ahead and mix it in with your dog food if you got a dog. They will absolutely love this. And your yolks, bring those over here. Now it's time for whiskey business. Either a fork or a whisk. Since I'm using this little bitty ramekin, it would be just kind of ridiculous to have that huge one. So just get you a fork. It's fine. You can do this in a bowl. It doesn't have to be in a ramekin. Add your salt and pepper to your yolks, or the yolks on you. Just pat all the way around. I didn't use a lot of salt just because I'm trying to cut down on my diet, but my pepper I added, a pretty good bit of, about a teaspoon or so in there. Now get your fork or your whisk and just beat the ever-living monkey out of it like it owes you money. Just beat it. Doesn't have to be frothy or 2 points or anything like that. Just nice and mixed where it's not any definite yolk still in there. Take that, set it aside. Now I'm going to show you this. Like I got my dog's food, got the egg whites because we don't waste nothing around here. I don't like eating the egg whites because it tastes like egg. Get a different fork, not the one you've been using on your pasta and stuff. Don't let it fall on your stove because that smells even worse than the cheese down on the burner. Take that. And there's Zool. I'm going to show you how much she enjoys this. Actually, she's going to make me into a liar because she knows there's bacon in there and I didn't give her any. So, trust me, she ate it after I turned the camera off, but I didn't want to designate a lot of time for that. So, your onion and your garlic, go ahead and get those peeled. Get all the skin off of those. Go ahead and cut the ends off your onion and then give it a nice dice for your thing here. Now, I was lectured the other day by Liz and Hutch and Anyanka about my cutting because I'm not gripping it. Like, you're supposed to fit it like this so your knife can do this and then cut your tip of your fingers. But I don't do these because these are so small. It's hard to do that. So I just cut this and then I damn near cut my pinky off right here. Just watch. Whoop, right there. I went ahead and cut that part out because I jumped and I made a very manly noise and nobody needs that. Now your water should still be going while you're just giving your garlic a good dicing. Pull those aside. Now your onion, same thing, man. You just want to give it 2 cuts, right? Right down the middle, one way, and then cut it right back the other way, and you'll be done. Knife got a little dull on me. Andy, I need you to come do these things here. It's better than a text message. I'll send it to you in a YouTube video. And now line it back up, cut it the other way. There's your onion and garlic. Set it aside. Now you got all this stuff ready to go. Just set it to the side. It's time for the big cook, right? So get you a large burner, right? Keep your water going, right? Still not boiling. I don't know what's going on. So you want to get a large burner and a large skillet or a wok. Apparently a wok works best. This is what I was told. I like using mine. I usually have that more than my skillet. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. Go ahead and turn that up. About medium high. Don't want it too high because you're trying to keep the grease. You don't want the grease, the oil to burn off. So go ahead and get your bacon, cut it open, and like I said, 10 slices of bacon is fine. I got the ends and pieces, so I'm just using a pound. This is 1.5 pounds. So last time I got this stuff, I was able to just reach in and just grab out all the tips and ends and stuff. Ooh, that's why my knife is dull. I'm just banging it off my block or whatever. I'm trying to get all these pieces out. They put actual huge pieces of bacon in this one. Look at this. Look. Oh, wow. Okay. Usually the ends and pieces are like little pieces of bacon where I don't have to cut it up. Shit, guys. Don't judge me on my knife use here. I'm only doing this because I know it's dull and I won't cut through and cut my damn hand off. I cut away from me. There we go. Alright, so I tried to save about 1/2 pound of it. It said it was 1.5 pounds. And I'll save that for later. Now I'm going to show you a secret weapon. Just get a pair of scissors, man. Kitchen shears. Just cut it up into smaller pieces. And well, it's starting to heat up. You can kind of see it there. You can hear it. Be careful when you're grabbing it. But be sure you don't have any great big pieces of it in there. I mean, or if you want to, you can. But that's the easiest way to do it. So now that your water's starting to get close to a boil, you can go ahead and add your pasta to it now while your meat's starting to cook down a little bit. Now, I just used the whole box of my fettuccine. This makes a lot of pasta. Now, be careful when it sticks over the edge right here, especially if you have a gas stove, because if it's hanging over here to boil this, it can catch this pasta on the edge on fire. So you got to be bad careful about that on the gas one. Electric ones, I've never had a problem with that. So just keep tamping that in, get in there, let your meat cook. Now, you got to use a slotted spoon, is what I said. I don't know if this was an innuendo thing about it being better or whatever, or if it just keeps the grease in the bottom of your pan. So, a slotted spoon works better. Just keep it cooking in there to your desired level of crispness. I don't like mine crispy at all, so I'm going to cook it really low. And get your pasta, make sure it all fits in there. Don't let it stick on the bottom. Give it a little nudge here and there, just a nudge. And then once it gets to al dente here, I don't know what happened on my camera, but you can bite it in half. You can still see where it's dry in the middle. That's where you're going to call it al dente, where it's still bendy, but it's still hard. Get it strained, drained, and set it off to the side. Don't put it back on the heat. Now your bacon, like this, is as cooked as I want it. Go ahead and pull that out. Leave the grease, put it to the side, and then right on top of that, put your onion and garlic. Let that cook right into that bacon grease. The house is going to smell outstanding at this point. The garlic, onion, and bacon grease. This is like Fat Boy, like perfume. Dab this shit behind your ears, and Fat Boys will come out of the woodwork, slide into your DMs, man. Trust me. So cook these down to where they start getting a little see-through. Once they get a little see-through, a little cooked, house gets fragrant, go ahead and take your pasta and put it right on top of it. Turn it down to low. Don't leave that fire hot. Like, put it down to a very low. You just want to keep it warm. Now, this pasta is set to the side a bit, but you're going to do a lot of tossing, so don't worry about it too much. But the more you turn it, the more grease you get in there, the more it breaks apart. It's kind of like, trying to comb out your hair after a bad weekend at fair or at an event or out camping for a week. The more you mess with it, the more you run your spoon through it, the more it loosens up. So once you get all that nice and tossed, go ahead and put that cheese right on top of it. It's going to start to get a little melty. All right, give it a nice toss. More tossing. I'm going to toss so much stuff in this big wok. Like, I can't imagine trying to do this in like a regular flat skillet, but definitely if you have a wok, use it, or a great big skillet or a pot would work. All right, give it a nice toss. Now you're going to want to get your egg yolk. Why is this so janky? Whatever. Camera went all weird. Now don't put it in all at once. You just want to do a little bit. You don't want it to beat the eggs, man. You want to get it in there and let it get creamy. All right, this is what I was told. Just use a little bit of it. Now, you can save half a cup of water from your boiled pasta, or just get half a cup of water, which is what I ended up doing. Slowly stir in that egg yolk as it's getting stirred in. Gets it nice and creamy or whatever, go ahead and get that half cup of water put in there. Don't have to put all of it. I did just because it was getting a little wonky. And then throw in your peas that you've strained. And again, toss them around. Now, if you got frozen ones, you're going to have to let these sit for a while because they got to thaw and cook a little bit. But if you use the canned ones, they're already cooked. You just put them in there until they warm up and get tossed around. So once you get all that, you thought I forgot about it, that bacon goes right back in there. Because, what's the point of having pasta if you don't have meat in it, right? Again, toss it some more. This is the end of it. That's it. This is done. Turn that off the heat. Let it rest if you need to. Serve it up. This made so much pasta. I'm going to be eating on this for a week. Like, this is a fat boy. This is going to take 5 to 6 meals to sit down. So a whole family can eat on this easy. But like I said, it was right at the top of our budget. This was right at $10. The bacon and the cheeses just kind of pushed it way up there. But I was lucked out with the ends and pieces. And it had actual big piece of bacon in there. That kind of threw me off. It said that. But this is outstanding. This is really great. I didn't put a lot of salt and pepper in it. I'm not saying that it's healthy. That is way too much bacon and bacon grease and cheese to be healthy. But it is oh so good. And it sounds fancy because you're calling it carbonara. Carbonara? How the hell do you pronounce it? Whatever. But it's good. Try it. Trust me.
And there you have it, folks. I don't understand the peas either. I think my friend who gave me the recipe just was in debt to some corrupt vegetable growers and made her include peas. But I'm going to try it here in a minute. It's going to be outstanding. It smells great. This is an actual outstanding recipe. I made a bunch of food. If you do it differently, want to see us do it differently, man, put us down in the comments. Very much appreciated. If you can't put it down there, you want to put it on social media. If you find the video there instead, you can find us on Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon, at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. Been doing this for 2 years. Find us all those at Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. You can also find us on Instagram at Living Between. We have to shorten it there because. But let us know over there, and we will revisit this one, man. This was a good idea. I've never thought of frying noodles. So that's a thing. But I'm going to go get into this, and I'll see you next time.